The morning shift on Nexus 7 started like any other day for Sam Rodriguez. He pulled on his maintenance uniform and grabbed his tool kit. The space station hummed with activity as thousands of beings from different worlds conducted their daily business. Sam had been working here for 3 years now, fixing broken systems and cleaning up after the wealthy travelers who passed through. He never expected to be anything special. Back on Earth, he had served in the military for 8 years. Nothing fancy, just a regular soldier who knew how to fight and survive. When his service ended, he took the first job he could find in space. The pay was decent, and he enjoyed the quiet work. But today would be different. Sam was replacing a broken ventilation unit in Sector 12 when he heard shouting from the main corridor. He poked his head out to see what was happening. A crowd had gathered around the entrance to the diplomatic wing. Through the mass of alien beings, he caught sight of something unusual. A delegation of tall, blue-skinned aliens walked through the corridor. Their leader was clearly important. She wore flowing robes that seemed to shift color in the light. Her guards surrounded her in perfect formation. But Sam noticed something the excited crowd did not. The guards looked nervous. Princess Vera of the Zephyrian Empire whispered a nearby merchant to his friend. First time anyone from their royal family has visited this sector in 50 years. Sam watched as the princess and her guards moved toward the diplomatic quarters. He had heard about the Zephyrians. They controlled dozens of star systems and possessed technology far beyond most other species. Their ships could travel faster than anything humans had built. Their weapons could destroy entire planets. But their military looked soft to Sam. Too clean, too formal. They moved like they had never faced real danger. Sam shrugged and went back to his work. Royal politics were not his business. He had ventilation systems to fix. 2 hours later, while Sam was working in a service corridor near the diplomatic wing, he heard footsteps running fast. Someone was in trouble. He set down his tools and moved toward the sound. The service corridor was supposed to be restricted. Only maintenance workers like Sam were allowed here. But as he turned the corner, he saw Princess Vera pressed against the wall. 6 large aliens surrounded her. Sam recognized them immediately. Korthak raiders. The Korthaks were known throughout this sector as brutal pirates. They captured valuable prisoners and sold them to the highest bidder. A Zephyrian princess would be worth a fortune. Your guards cannot help you here, little princess, growled the largest Korthak. His scarred face twisted into a cruel smile. This corridor blocks all communication signals. No one knows you are here. Princess Vera stood straight despite her fear. My people will find you. The Zephyrian Empire does not forget insults. The Korthak leader laughed. Your empire is far away. Here, we make the rules. Sam counted the enemies. 6 Korthaks, all armed with energy weapons. They wore body armor that could stop most projectiles. Princess Vera had no weapons and no backup. Her fancy royal guards had somehow let her get separated from the group. The smart thing would be to walk away. Sam was just a maintenance worker. This was not his fight. The Korthaks would probably just hold the princess for ransom. They might not kill her. But Sam had never been good at walking away from fights. He reached into his tool kit and pulled out a plasma cutter. It was designed for cutting through metal, not fighting, but it would have to work. He also grabbed a can of industrial lubricant and a small welding torch. Sam moved silently along the corridor wall. The Korthaks were focused on their prisoner and did not notice him. Years of military training kicked in. He remembered lessons about improvised weapons and guerrilla tactics. The first Korthak never saw him coming. Sam pressed the plasma cutter against the back of the alien's neck, right where the armor had a gap. The Korthak dropped without a sound. What was that? Asked another raider. Sam was already moving. He sprayed lubricant on the floor and lit it with the welding torch. Flames spread quickly across the corridor. The court hack stumbled and cursed as they tried to keep their balance on the slippery surface. "Human," shouted the leader. "Kill the human." But the flames and smoke made it hard to see. Sam used this to his advantage. He had fought in worse conditions back on Earth. Urban warfare, jungle combat, desert operations. This was just another day at the office. Sam grabbed a piece of broken pipe from his tool kit. He threw it hard at the light panels overhead. The corridor went dark except for the flames on the floor. Court hacks had excellent night vision, but they depended too much on their technology. Their weapons had targeting systems that did not work well in smoke and fire. Sam moved by sound and instinct. He tackled the second Korthak from behind, using his weight to drive the alien into the wall. The impact stunned the raider long enough for Sam to grab his weapon. Now Sam had an energy rifle. He knew how to use alien weapons. During his military service, he had trained with captured equipment from a dozen different species. The third and fourth court hacks tried to rush him together. Sam waited until they were close, then rolled to the side. They collided with each other in the smoke. Sam fired twice. Both aliens went down. "Impossible," muttered the fifth Korthak. "Humans are supposed to be weak." "Whoever told you that was lying," Sam replied. He shot the alien before he could react. That left only the leader. The big Korthak was smart enough to grab Princess Vera and use her as a shield. He pressed his weapon against her head. "Drop your weapon, human, or the princess dies." Sam lowered his rifle but did not drop it. "You made a mistake," he said calmly. "What mistake?" "You assumed I would fight fair." Sam threw the welding torch at the Korthak's feet. It exploded in a burst of sparks and flame. The alien jumped backward instinctively, moving his weapon away from Princess Vera. Sam shot him before he could recover. The corridor fell silent except for the crackling of dying flames. Sam checked each fallen Korthak to make sure they were not getting back up. Princess Vera stood against the wall, staring at him in shock. "Are you injured?" Sam asked. He spoke in basic galactic common, the trade language most species used. Princess Vera shook her head slowly. "You defeated 6 Korthak raiders by yourself. With maintenance tools." Sam shrugged. They were not very good raiders. They were veterans. Each one had killed dozens of beings in combat. Then they were fighting the wrong opponents, Sam said. He started collecting his tools. "Your guards should be more careful. This corridor is supposed to be secure." Princess Vera stepped forward. Sam noticed that she moved with natural grace despite what had just happened. Her blue skin seemed to glow in the dim light. "What is your name?" she asked. "Sam Rodriguez. Maintenance technician, level 3. I am Princess Vera of the Zephyrian Empire. You have saved my life." Sam nodded. "You're welcome. You should get back to your guards before more pirates show up." But Princess Vera did not move. She continued to stare at him with an expression Sam could not read. "How did you do that?" she asked. "Do what?" "Fight like that. Your species is not known for combat ability. Humans are supposed to be peaceful traders and explorers." Sam almost laughed. "Princess, humans have been fighting wars for thousands of years. We have gotten pretty good at it. But you used primitive tactics. Fire, improvised weapons, psychological warfare. Such methods are considered obsolete by galactic military standards." "Maybe that is why they worked," Sam said. "Nobody expects obsolete tactics anymore." Princess Vera was quiet for a moment. Then she said something that surprised Sam. "I want you to escort our delegation to the Zephyrian homeworld." "What?" "Princess, I am just a maintenance worker. I do not know anything about diplomatic security. You know how to protect people. That is what matters." Princess Vera's voice became firm, taking on the tone of someone used to being obeyed. I will speak to the station commander. You will be assigned to our security detail immediately. Sam started to protest, but Princess Vera held up her hand. This is not a request, Sam Rodriguez. It is a royal command. Before Sam could argue further, the sound of running footsteps echoed through the corridor. Princess Vera's guards finally arrived, led by a tall Zephyrian in ornate armor. Princess. Are you safe? The guard captain looked around at the fallen court hacks with amazement. What happened here? This human protected me, Princess Vera said simply. His name is Sam Rodriguez, and he will be joining our security detail. The guard captain looked at Sam with obvious doubt. Princess, perhaps we should reconsider. Humans are not trained for royal protection duties. Princess Vera's expression turned cold. Captain Zale, this human accomplished what 6 of you failed to do. He kept me safe when your security measures failed. Do not question my judgment. Captain Zale bowed his head. Of course, Princess. Forgive me. As the guards secured the corridor and removed the fallen pirates, Sam found himself wondering what he had gotten into. He had just wanted to fix ventilation systems and mind his own business. Now he was apparently going to the Zephyrian homeworld. Princess Vera approached him one more time before they left the corridor. Thank you, Sam Rodriguez. You have done something today that will not be forgotten. Sam looked into her alien eyes and saw something he had not expected. Respect. Not the kind of polite respect royalty showed to useful servants, but the real respect one warrior gave to another. Maybe this new job would not be so bad after all. As they walked back toward the diplomatic quarters, Sam noticed that Princess Vera stayed close to him rather than her own guards. Word of what had happened was already spreading through the station. Other beings stared at the human who had defeated 6 Korthak raiders with nothing but maintenance tools. Sam Rodriguez had no idea that his life had just changed forever. Or that his actions in that service corridor had been recorded by security cameras and were already being transmitted across the galaxy. The Zephyrian Empire was about to learn something new about humans. The Zephyrian royal transport ship was unlike anything Sam had ever seen. The Star of Vera stretched nearly a kilometer long, its hull gleaming with advanced alloys that could withstand direct hits from most weapons. Inside, everything was designed for luxury and comfort. The corridors were wide enough for 10 people to walk side by side. Art from dozens of worlds decorated the walls. Sam felt out of place in his simple maintenance uniform. The other guards wore polished armor and carried weapons that cost more than Sam made in a year. They looked at him with barely hidden contempt. I still do not understand why the princess wants a human on this mission, muttered Guard Lieutenant Kex as they prepared for departure. Humans are weak. They have no natural armor, no enhanced senses, no advanced technology. Captain Zale nodded in agreement. The princess was grateful for his help, but gratitude should not override proper security protocols. Sam ignored their complaints and focused on learning the ship's layout. During his military service, he had learned that knowing your environment could mean the difference between life and death. He memorized every corridor, every escape route, every potential hiding place. Princess Vera found him studying the ship's blueprints in the security office 3 hours after they left Nexus 7. You are very thorough, she observed, sitting across from him. Old habits, Sam replied. Always good to know where you are. Captain Zale thinks I made a mistake bringing you along. Sam looked up from the blueprints. Maybe he is right. I am not trained for royal protection. Princess Vera smiled. You saved my life with maintenance tools and improvised tactics. I think you will manage. Before Sam could respond, alarms started blaring throughout the ship. Red lights flashed in the corridors. An announcement echoed over the communication system. All personnel to battle stations. Unknown vessels approaching. Repeat, unknown vessels approaching. Sam and Princess Vera rushed to the bridge. Through the main viewing window, Sam could see 3 sleek ships moving toward them. They were painted matte black and showed no identification markings. Sectari assassins, Captain Zale reported grimly. They specialize in eliminating high-value targets. Can we outrun them? Princess Vera asked. Negative. Their ships are faster than ours. Then we fight, the princess declared. The first attack came minutes later. Energy beams struck the star of Vera's shields, causing the ship to shake violently. Sam grabbed a support beam to keep his balance. Shields holding at 80%, reported the weapons officer. Return fire, ordered Captain Zale. The Zephyrian ship's weapons fired back, but the enemy vessels were too agile. They darted around a larger transport like insects around a giant. We cannot hit them, the weapons officer said after several failed attempts. They are too fast. Sam studied the enemy ship's movement patterns. During his time in Earth's military, he had fought against superior technology before. The key was not to match the enemy's strengths, but to exploit their weaknesses. They are showing off, Sam said quietly. What? Princess Vera turned to him. The enemy pilots. They are making complicated maneuvers to demonstrate their skill. It is psychological warfare. They want you to feel helpless before they attack. How does that help us? Captain Zale demanded. Sam pointed at the tactical display. Watch their pattern. Every third pass, the lead ship swings wide to the left. The pilot thinks it looks impressive, but it puts him in a predictable position for exactly 2.7 seconds. Captain Zale studied the display. You are correct. But 2.7 seconds is not enough time to target and fire. It is if you fire where the ship will be, not where it is, Sam explained. The Zephyrian officers looked confused. Apparently, their advanced targeting systems always aimed at current positions, not predicted ones. Pre-targeting is an ancient tactic, Captain Zale said dismissively. Modern ships move too unpredictably. These ships do not, Sam insisted. The pilot has an ego. He will repeat the same maneuver to show his superiority. Princess Vera made a quick decision. Do it. Fire where Sam indicates. Captain Zale hesitated, then gave the order. When the lead enemy ship made its next wide swing, the star of Vera's weapons fired at empty space. For a moment, it seemed like a wasted shot. Then the enemy ship flew directly into the energy beam. The Sectari vessel exploded in a brilliant flash. The other 2 ships immediately changed their attack patterns, becoming more cautious. Impressive, Princess Vera said to Sam. But we still face 2 enemies. Not for long, Sam replied. He was watching the remaining ships carefully. They are angry now. Angry pilots make mistakes. Sam was right. The destruction of their leader had enraged the surviving Sectari. They abandoned their careful tactics and launched a direct assault on the transport. Shields down to 40%, the weapons officer reported as energy beams hammered their defenses. Hull breach in Section 12, added the damage control officer. Sam turned to Princess Vera. I need to get to that breach. Why? Damage control teams are already responding. Because the Sectari will use it as an entry point. They do not want to destroy your ship. They want to capture you alive. Princess Vera understood immediately. Captain Zale, escort Sam to Section 12. Give him whatever support he needs. Princess, I should stay here to coordinate our defense. The bridge can defend itself. I need someone to stop the boarding party. Captain Zale reluctantly agreed. He led Sam and 4 guards through the ship's corridors toward the damaged section. As they ran, Sam could hear the sound of cutting tools working on the hull. They are already inside, Captain Zale whispered. Sam nodded. He could smell something the Zephyrians could not detect. The scent of alien breathing apparatus and weapon lubricants. His human nose was primitive compared to many species, but it worked differently than their advanced sensors. 6 intruders, Sam said quietly. Maybe 7. They are using stealth technology. How can you possibly know that? Captain Zale demanded. I can smell them. The Zephyrian guards looked at each other in confusion. Their technology could not detect the hidden enemies, but this human claimed his nose could do what their sensors could not. Sam led them through a maintenance tunnel that paralleled the main corridor. It was cramped and uncomfortable, but it would bring them behind the intruders. When we attack, do not use your targeting systems, Sam instructed. The Sectari stealth technology confuses electronic sensors. Use your eyes and fire at movement. That is extremely primitive, Lieutenant Kex protested. Primitive works, Sam replied. They emerged from the maintenance tunnel to find the corridor apparently empty. But Sam could tell the enemies were there. He picked up a piece of debris and threw it down the hallway. The debris stopped in mid-air where it hit an invisible figure. There, Sam pointed. Fire now. The guards opened fire at the seemingly empty space. Their energy beams struck invisible targets, and suddenly 6 Sectari assassins materialized as their stealth fields failed. The battle was brief but intense. The Sectari were skilled fighters, but they had not expected to be detected. Sam's unconventional tactics had given the defenders a crucial advantage. When the fighting ended, all 6 intruders were dead or unconscious. Captain Zale stared at the fallen enemies in amazement. How did you know where they were? He asked. Training, Sam said simply. Human soldiers learn to use all their senses, not just technology. As they returned to the bridge, the remaining enemy ships retreated. Word of the failed boarding attempt had reached them, and they decided the target was too well defended. Princess Vera met them at the bridge entrance. Well done, Sam. You have saved us again. Just doing my job, Sam replied. But Princess Vera was studying him with new interest. Your tactics are unlike anything in our military databases. Where did you learn such methods? Earth has a long history of warfare, Sam explained. We have fought with everything from sticks and stones to advanced technology. We learned that sometimes the old ways work better than the new ones. Captain Zale overheard the conversation. With respect, Princess, such primitive methods should not be necessary. Our technology is superior to human capabilities in every way. Is it? Princess Vera asked. Our sensors could not detect the intruders, but Sam could. Our targeting systems could not hit the enemy ships, but his predictions could. Perhaps we have become too dependent on our technology. Over the next several days of travel, more incidents occurred. Pirates attacked the ship twice more. Each time, Sam's unconventional thinking provided solutions that Zephyrian technology could not. When raiders tried to jam their communications, Sam showed them how to use an old-fashioned mirror to send light signals between ships. When enemies attempted to poison their air supply, Sam detected the contamination by taste before their sensors noticed anything wrong. The Zephyrian guards slowly began to respect the human who seemed to possess abilities their advanced civilization had lost. Sam did not rely on computers to tell him what was happening. He used his eyes, his nose, his intuition, and his experience. You fight like our ancestors must have fought, Princess Vera said during a quiet moment between attacks. Before we had advanced technology to solve every problem. Technology is useful, Sam agreed. But it can also make you weak if you depend on it too much. Is that why humans are so adaptable? Because you have not lost your primitive instincts? Sam considered the question. Maybe. We had to learn to survive in a dangerous universe without advanced help. That taught us to be creative and resourceful. Princess Vera nodded thoughtfully. My mother should meet you. Your mother? Queen Nara. She rules the Zephyrian Empire and commands 12 star systems. She values strength and intelligence above all else. Sam felt a chill of worry. Meeting a powerful alien queen was not something he had planned for when he took this job. "I am just a maintenance worker," he said. Princess Vera smiled. "Not anymore, Sam Rodriguez. You are about to become something much more important." As the star of Vera approached the Zephyrian homeworld, Sam could see massive space stations orbiting the planet. Hundreds of ships moved between them in carefully controlled patterns. This was the heart of an empire that controlled dozens of worlds and billions of beings. And somewhere down on that planet, a queen was waiting to meet the human who had protected her daughter with nothing but improvised weapons and ancient tactics. Sam had no idea that his greatest test was still to come. The Zephyrian homeworld was breathtaking. As the star of Vera descended through the atmosphere, Sam could see cities that stretched beyond the horizon. Towers of crystal and metal reached toward the clouds. Rivers of light marked transportation routes where millions of beings traveled between the urban centers. "Welcome to Zephyria Prime," Princess Vera said as she joined Sam at the observation deck. "Capital of the Empire and home to 40 billion citizens." Sam whistled softly. Earth's entire population was smaller than this single planet. The royal palace sat on a mountain overlooking the largest city. It was massive, built from white stone that seemed to glow in the sunlight. Guard towers dotted the walls, and Sam could see patrol ships circling the perimeter. "Impressive security," Sam observed. "My mother believes in being prepared," Princess Vera replied. "Queen Nara has ruled for 30 years. She has survived 17 assassination attempts and 4 military coups. Sounds like a tough lady." "The toughest. She conquered 3 star systems through military strategy and united 12 more through diplomatic skill. Nothing happens in this part of the galaxy without her permission." As their ship landed in the royal spaceport, Sam felt nervous for the first time since leaving Nexus 7. Fighting pirates and assassins was one thing. Meeting an alien queen who controlled vast armies was something entirely different. Princess Vera led him through corridors filled with art and treasures from dozens of worlds. Guards snapped to attention as they passed. Servants bowed deeply. Everyone treated Princess Vera with the respect due to royalty. And they all stared at Sam with curiosity. Word of the human who had saved the princess using primitive tactics had spread throughout the palace. The throne room was enormous. The ceiling rose 50 meters above their heads. Columns of polished marble supported galleries where courtiers and officials watched the proceedings. At the far end of the room sat the throne itself, carved from a single piece of black crystal. Queen Nara was smaller than her daughter but radiated authority like heat from a fire. Her blue skin was marked with silver patterns that indicated her royal status. Her eyes were sharp and intelligent, missing nothing as Sam and Princess Vera approached. "Mother," Princess Vera said formally, bowing low. "I present Sam Rodriguez, the human who protected me during our journey." Sam was not sure how to greet an alien queen. He decided on a simple bow, the kind he might give to a respected military officer. Queen Nara studied him for a long moment. When she spoke, her voice carried the weight of absolute power. "So you are the maintenance worker who defeated 6 Korthak raiders with tools and improvised weapons." "Yes, Your Majesty," Sam replied. "And you detected sectari assassins when our advanced sensors could not." "I got lucky." Queen Nara smiled, and Sam realized it was not a friendly expression. "I do not believe in luck, human. I believe in capability. My daughter tells me you possess unusual skills." "I do my best, Your Majesty." "We shall see." Queen Nara gestured, and a door opened at the side of the throne room. "You will be tested. If you pass, you will be rewarded. If you fail, you will be sent home with our thanks for protecting the princess." Sam followed the guards through a series of corridors to a military training facility. The room was filled with advanced equipment and holographic displays. A dozen Zephyrian officers waited for him. "First test," announced General Mech, the Queen's military advisor. "Tactical simulation. You will command a fleet against enemy forces. Success is measured by objectives achieved and casualties minimized. The holographic display showed two fleets facing each other in space. Sam's force consisted of 12 ships. The enemy had 20 vessels but appeared to have older technology. The Zephyrian officers watched as Sam studied the situation. They expected him to analyze the ship's capabilities and plan a conventional attack. Instead, Sam did something unexpected. He ordered his entire fleet to retreat. "Cowardice," muttered one officer. But Sam was not running away. He led the enemy fleet into an asteroid field, using the rocks as cover. When the pursuing ships entered the field, Sam's forces attacked from multiple directions simultaneously. The enemy, caught between asteroid impacts and crossfire, was destroyed with minimal losses to Sam's fleet. Unconventional but effective, General Mech admitted grudgingly. Second test. The next challenge was diplomatic. Sam was presented with a complex trade dispute between three alien species. Each side had legitimate complaints, and traditional negotiation had failed. The Zephyrian diplomats expected Sam to study the legal precedents and cultural considerations. Instead, Sam asked to speak with the ship captains involved in the dispute. He quickly discovered that the real problem was not trade regulations but personal rivalry between the captains. They had known each other for years and were using the trade dispute to settle old grievances. Sam arranged a private meeting and challenged the captains to solve their personal issues through a simple contest of skill rather than dragging entire governments into their feud. The captains agreed, their personal conflict was resolved, and the trade dispute evaporated. "Interesting approach," General Mech said. Final test. The last challenge was combat. Sam faced 3 of Queen Nara's elite guards in hand-to-hand fighting. These warriors had trained their entire lives and were equipped with advanced armor and weapons. Sam had his maintenance tools and his human ingenuity. The guards attacked with coordinated precision. Their movements were perfect, their tactics flawless according to galactic military standards. But Sam fought like humans had always fought, dirty, unpredictable, and adaptable. He threw sand in the first guard's face, blinding him temporarily. He used the second guard's own momentum to send him crashing into a wall. The third guard he defeated by pretending to be more injured than he was, then attacking when the alien lowered his defenses. "Impossible," breathed General Mech. "Those guards have never been defeated. They were trained to fight honorable opponents," Sam said, helping the fallen warriors to their feet. "I was trained to win." Queen Nara had watched the entire series of tests from a private viewing chamber. Now she entered the training room personally. "Well done, Sam Rodriguez. You have proven that human methods have value." She paused. "Now comes the real test." Before anyone could ask what she meant, alarms began sounding throughout the palace. Red lights flashed in the corridors. "Coup attempt in progress," announced the emergency system. "Hostile forces have seized the lower levels. All loyal personnel report to defensive positions." General Mech's face went pale. "Your Majesty, we must get you to the secure chambers immediately." "No," Queen Nara said firmly. "I will not hide in my own palace." She turned to Sam. "You claim human tactics are superior to our methods. Prove it. Coordinate our defense." Sam felt the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. The fate of an empire might depend on his decisions. "I need complete authority over all defensive forces," Sam said. "Done," Queen Nara replied immediately. Sam quickly assessed the situation. The rebels had captured the ground-level entrances and were fighting their way up through the palace. They outnumbered the loyal guards and had better equipment. A conventional defense would fail. "General Mech, I need you to order all loyal forces to retreat to the upper levels," Sam instructed. "Retreat? That will give the rebels control of most of the palace. That is the point. I want them to think they are winning." As the loyal forces withdrew, the rebels advanced confidently. They believed they had the queen trapped in the upper floors with nowhere to run. They were wrong. Sam had studied the palace layout during his arrival. He knew about the ancient tunnels that connected different levels. The rebels were focused on the main corridors and lifts, ignoring passages that had been built centuries ago. Using these forgotten routes, Sam positioned small teams of guards behind the advancing rebels. When he gave the signal, the loyalist forces attacked from above and below simultaneously. The rebels found themselves surrounded in corridors they thought they controlled. Their superior numbers became a disadvantage as they crowded together in panic. But Sam's greatest weapon was not tactical surprise. It was psychological warfare. He had the palace's communication system broadcast recordings of the rebel leaders arguing about how to divide power after their victory. The recordings revealed that each rebel faction planned to eliminate the others once the queen was defeated. The rebel alliance fell apart as different groups turned their weapons on each other instead of fighting the royal guards. Within 2 hours, the coup was over. The rebel leaders were captured, and their followers had either surrendered or switched sides. Queen Nara stood in her throne room, surveying the damage to her palace. Despite the chaos, casualties had been remarkably light. "Explain how you achieved this victory," she commanded. "I used their strengths against them," Sam replied. "They had better numbers and equipment, so I made those advantages worthless. I gave them what they expected to see while attacking where they were not prepared." And the psychological component? Every alliance has weaknesses. I just helped them remember what those weaknesses were. Queen Nara nodded slowly. "You think differently than we do, Sam Rodriguez. Your species approaches problems from angles we do not consider. Different perspectives can be useful," Sam said. "Indeed they can." Queen Nara stepped closer to Sam, and her voice took on a formal tone that echoed through the throne room. "Sam Rodriguez of Earth, you have proven your worth through combat, strategy, diplomacy, and leadership. You have saved my daughter's life and protected my empire." The courtiers and officials gathered in the galleries above. This was clearly an important moment. "I offer you a position as Supreme Military Advisor to the Zephyrian Empire, with authority over all defensive forces across our 12 star systems." Sam was stunned. He had expected a reward, but not command of entire armies. "Your Majesty, I am honored, but I am not qualified for such responsibility." "You are more qualified than anyone in my service," Queen Nara replied. "You possess something we have lost in our pursuit of technological advancement. You understand that the most powerful weapon is not energy beams or armor plating. It is the mind that knows how to adapt and overcome." She gestured to the assembled court. "I also offer you adoption into the royal family, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails." The throne room fell silent. Adoption into the Zephyrian royal family was an honor that had never been offered to an alien before. Sam looked around at the magnificent palace, the advanced technology, the vast empire that stretched across the stars. Then he thought about his simple maintenance job on Nexus 7. "I accept, Your Majesty," he said finally. Queen Nara smiled, and this time it was genuine warmth rather than royal authority. "Welcome to the family, Sam Rodriguez. May your human wisdom serve our empire well." As cheers erupted from the galleries above, Sam realized his life had changed beyond recognition. He was no longer a maintenance worker trying to get by in the universe. He was now protector of an empire, guardian of billions of lives, and proof that sometimes the most primitive methods were exactly what an advanced civilization needed. The galaxy was about to learn that humans had more to offer than anyone had imagined.